What's up, everybody? Thanks for checking out Hunt, Shoot, Live. Today I've got a super cool episode. Been excited to do this, been working on it a while, but it's taken me a while to get emails back from the various companies. On my pellet rifle videos, I get a lot of comments about the fact that a break barrel pellet rifle cannot handle a rifle scope. You actually have to have a special scope for a pellet rifle. So I did a little bit of research on that, and I also emailed various different very popular rifle scope companies just to see what they had to say. So I want to share that information with you today. I emailed Vortex, Night Force, Leupold, Nikon, Burris, Bushnell, SIG, and Tasco. All of those except Tasco responded to me. I had sent 2 different messages to Tasco. I got no response there. But all of those other guys did respond to me fairly quickly, and a couple of their responses shocked me, to be honest with you. I've got an old Tasco on one of my Gamos. It's not on the Swarm Magnum. This is the Gamo scope that comes with it, which a lot of people talk crap about. I've actually not had any problems with this yet, and I'm sure we've got 500 rounds through this or more. But the old Tasco rifle scope that I've got on my Gamo Swarm Whisper, I've had no problems with it. You know, some of these companies, it surprised me. So I'm going to share the yeses with you first. The companies that said yes. And I'm actually just going to read straight from all of the company emails on this. So the first yes was Leupold. Leupold rifle scopes can be used on a break barrel pellet rifle. Here's what Leupold said. Hello, you are indeed correct that some centerfire rifle scopes cannot withstand the two-way recoil from air guns, but then they went on to say, all Leupold scopes, however, are built to withstand this recoil. So a big yes from Leupold. The next yes was from probably my personal favorite, because I own multiple different products from them and love them, is Night Force. Night Force was a big yes. Here's what they had to say. Thank you for contacting Night Force Optics customer service. We do not have a specific optic marketed for the pellet rifle. All of our optics are built to handle the forward recoil that is associated with an air rifle pellet rifle, though. In general, you don't want to put just any lesser centerfire optic on a pellet rifle, but ours are built to handle this. Some of the more popular options are, and they went on to talk about how awesome the ATAC is and the NXS and those. So to go ahead and check them out. If you have any other questions, please let me know. So that was also the most detailed response that anybody gave me, was from good old Night Force. I'm a major Night Force fan. So that's a big yes from Night Force. Next, and actually the last on the yes list, was from Vortex. They also sent a really good reply back to me. Thank you for choosing Vortex and reaching out. We test all our rifle scopes to hold up to the unique recoil associated with air rifles. The scopes I would focus on are the Crossfire and the Diamondback Tactical. They both have the ability to adjust parallax down to 10 yards, which is a big plus for air rifles. As always, make sure to pair the scope with a good set of rings and a torque wrench. And he also recommended to not go any tighter than 15 to 18 inch-pounds on that scope tube. So a great response there, really nice response from Vortex. So the 3 yes companies that I emailed that said you can put any of their rifle scopes on a pellet rifle are Night Force, Leupold, Vortex. Those are a go, confirmed. Now, the ones that are a no, they said no, you cannot put our scope on a pellet rifle. And some of them gave me really cruddy replies too, just to be honest with you. Sig Sauer, they responded and said, unfortunately you will need a pellet specific optic. Unfortunately, our scopes would not work. Sorry about that. So SIG is a no-go. Next on the no-go list, according to the emails responses I received, is a Bushnell. Bushnell said, it is harder than a center fire recoil. We do not test for air rifles. And they didn't even sign it or anything. That was a really cruddy reply. But I assume that's a no from Bushnell. Okay, next one kind of surprised me. I'm actually a fan of theirs. I've had a lot of their scopes for years and had no problems with them. Of course, that is on rifles, but was Burris. Burris was a no. Do not put their scopes on a break barrel pellet rifle. They did give me a good reply though. They said, thank you for contacting Burris. We do not recommend our scopes with pellet rifles with most of the selection, but they said that you could use the red dots or the fast fire series. Keep in mind that break barrel setups work on a design that sends recoil in both directions, and most have large piston springs that vibrate frequencies that like to break optics. Also, inherently, they have a design that gets less accurate over time. So that was the Burris response. So that was a negative, unless you're going to use their fast fire series, their red dot scopes. All right, I had a response from another no here. This was my last company that actually responded. This was Nikon. Nikon said no. Thank you for contacting Nikon. Unfortunately, none of our scopes are manufactured to specifically use a gas piston pellet rifle. We would only have one target series designed for the use of airsoft guns and rifles in particular. However, since we then stopped manufacturing rifle scope, crossbow scopes, and airgun scopes due to the lack of demand for them in the market. I do apologize for any inconvenience. So that's a big no. They had apparently an airsoft scope at one point, but they don't even have that anymore. So, to recap, yes, you can use a Vortex, a Night Force, or a Leupold on your pellet rifle. The company said themselves to me that you can do that. The companies that said no, you cannot, directly to me when I asked, was Nikon, Burris, Bushnell, and SIG. Tasco did not reply. Now, I did want to let you guys know that I found a really cool article that talks about the same information that I'm sharing here, and it's from the Los Angeles Silhouette Club, and their website is lasc.us. And you can also find it. I just typed in, can I use a rifle scope on an air rifle? And that was one of the top things that showed up. But they had a really nice, well-written article that shared a lot of good information. And he shared two of his that he said yeses on, told me no. Burris told him yes, and Bushnell told him yes. They told me no. And I don't know. I don't think he actually contacted them. I think maybe he was just assuming that they would work. But the information I shared you was directly from the company to me when I asked them, "Can I use your rifle scope with a pellet rifle?" So Burris and Bushnell told me no, but he had indicated them as a yes in his article. He also indicated Leupold as a yes. Now, and specifically, I noticed in his article he listed some no's, so some companies that have rifle scopes that he knew that he was saying that you couldn't use with pellet rifles. Those no's on his list were Weaver, Simmons, BSA, and Tasco. And like I said, I couldn't get Tasco to reach back out to me, but coincidentally, I have an old Tasco that I've shot several hundred rounds through on my Gamo Swarm Whisper. Not had a problem with it, so who knows? But we do know the big three that said yes. Vortex, Night Force, and Leupold said yes. Now you guys can get online and type in air rifle scopes, and there's a plethora of companies that do have specific air rifle scopes. Tasco actually has specific air rifle scopes. Crossman, Winchester, Gamo, of course, Barska, Athlon. There's a ton of companies that just go to Google, type in air rifle scopes, and those will pop up. Another interesting thing to note is I did see that when you type in the best air rifle scopes and you look up those reviews, I saw on some of those reviews that they had some of the scopes that from the companies that told me no, some of those companies were on those people's lists. So that goes to show you that people are still using those scopes on their air rifles and obviously not having terrible luck with it. So, I don't know. Take that for what it is. I thought it was interesting to see what the companies had to say to me. I was excited that specifically that Night Force and Leupold said yes because I love their product, but a little bit let down. I was kind of let down by Burris and SIG. I like Burris and I like SIG, really Burris more so, but I was kind of let down that they said theirs wouldn't do it. But hope you guys enjoyed this little episode. informative episode. Appreciate you guys for always checking out Hunt, Shoot, Live. Go to the channel, check out our playlist, look at all of our videos. Don't forget to subscribe. Run on over to huntshootlive.com. Get you a Hunt, Shoot, Live t-shirt, Feed the Machine t-shirt. We got rifle scope rulers there. Appreciate you all. Until next time, God bless you.